Shalom. Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Chakodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are teaching 100% truth of the Holy Scriptures. Shalom to the elect, and shalom to the brothers that are pushing the word of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai in truth and sincerity. And this lesson is going to be entitled America is going to be invaded like it does other nations, like it did other nations. All right, because we already know that there are all types of sleeper cells here, right? Just waiting for that time because you had the open borders, and that was just an excuse, or one of many excuses, right, to bring in these military aged males, right? You had these reporters. Damn, I forget the dude's name, but it was in I think it was like the Darien Straits or something like that. Uh, Darien Strait. No. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, Darien Gap. That's the name of it. Right, and that's a very tough path to get from South America to Central America. Right, but they were reporting, I should say, all these military aged men, and the Chinese, they had it good, right? They land in certain spots and they'd get taken up in boats and whatnot, right? And you had that, I forgot what nation he was, some type of Arab. He's talking about, hey man, you gonna remember me or something like that, right? It was a threat, and it was all, one of the excuses to bring in these soldiers, uh, to sit here and just wait. You had Elder Muwatazak do a lesson on some woman that the government paid to house these people, right? And then certain shipments came in, and there was guns up in them wooden carts, or um, not suitcases, but boxes, right? So the word for invade definition is of an armed force or its commander enter a country or region as to subjugate or occupy it. Some of the synonyms: to occupy, conquer, seize, overrun, attack, raid. Just like in that movie, Sicario #2, the opening scene is just a normal day, going to the mall or going to the convenience store, get you some groceries for the week, and then now it has become a suicide bomber site. Enter a place, um, situation or sphere of activity in large numbers, especially with intrusive effect. Intrusive, causing disruption or annoyance through being unwelcome or uninvited. And that's what it is. You had DJT talking about, hey man, a lot of motherfuckers finna die. All right. So now I mean, we have to look back at history as well. See how America did things when it came to invading countries for humanitarian reasons, which is some bullshit because they always want resources. All right, so all it is just a fight for resources in the name of democracy. But you see that playbook has been getting old, and the nation's just like, nah, this motherfucker lying. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 10. It says, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai hath brought us hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, our power. And that's what we are just doing. Excuse me. Verse 11, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, the vengeance of his temple, right? And this is going into them nuclear bombs that's going to be dropped, them ICBMs, right? By the way of the Russians, which are the modern day Medes. It says verse 12, it says, set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. And that's what it is. They're waiting for a time to, it's going to be coordinated attacks, right? The likes that never has been seen here in America is known as the Virgin Daughter of Babylon, like, because it has never been touched. Well, one could say, well, what happened in Pearl Harbor, right? They already have foreknowledge of that, and this one is gonna touch the mainland, right? They're everywhere, man. And you even had you're having talks of um terrorist. What the strikes in Iran could mean for U.S. homeland. Update: Tehran says ready for invasion. Why they? The Persians is with it. They're like, let's go. We've been preparing for 25 years. All right. This one, Iran could direct proxies to attack U.S. targets. No. Let me see what this one says. Iran and terrorism, what the U.S. strikes could mean for homeland security. The United States and Israel began attacking Iran February 28th. Questions have arisen about the potential dangers of the U.S. homeland. The Department of Homeland Security has reportedly warned of potential lone wolf attacks and cyber attacks. Oh, and that's the thing. I kind of went into that touching cyber attacks on catalysts of war. It says, in the wake of strikes, and state and local authorities have moved to heighten alert for any retaliation on American soil. And that's the thing. I seen a brother put something like Trump, forgot to say, something about, we told you motherfuckers was gonna die. Trump. U.S. Shit. Oh, here. Trump admits Americans should be worried about retaliatory attacks at home due to Iran war. I guess so. Right? And he's gonna be good. He don't give a fuck about you Americans. Americans wouldn't be wrong to fear retaliatory attacks on U.S. as part of the war with Iran, according to President Donald Trump. I guess Trump told Time when asked if those in the United States should, hell yeah, and we say let's go. We're worried about all that all the time, Trump added. We think about it all the time. We plan for it, but yeah, we know we expect some things. Like I said, some people will die when you go to war. Some people will die. Yeah, that's right. Let more people die. A little slow. That fucking pop up. Where was I? Here. Let's look up this word. Ambushes. Ambush. 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 Uh, H9 69-3 is a rob, and is to lie in wait, ambush, to lurk. Yeah, lurking. To lie in wait, ambush, liars in wait. I like that one, lurk. Set up a standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watchmen strong, set up watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Right, so this shit finna happen, because it's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness, right? Many waters going into all these embassies all throughout the earth. When you just had an American embassy get oh no, CIA, some shit got blown up. I know I think Pakistan, American embassy, Pakistan, yeah. Motherfuckers tried. I seen some videos on that. They got I think they shot like 50 people or something like that. U.S. embassy in Pakistan attack. Oh, here, 22. Shit, I was way out Slovakia. At least 22 people killed in Pakistan as protesters tried to storm. Oh, it's a U.S. consulate. My fault. Okay, so you getting, see, what? Consulates provide passports, preferred registration, many other services for visiting or resident. Oh, okay. Okay, this abundant in treasures, thine end is come, right? Because America, man, shit, it got all. It's the petrodollar. They reap the benefits of having a world currency. It says, thine end is come, the measure of thy covetousness, because this place is, you see that dude, Nero 47. He was boasting about the tanker. Yeah, that's funny, man. It says Jeremiah 51 and verse 12. Here, this is the point. It says, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts have sworn, right? Of hosts, meaning of armies. This is the Lord of armies, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He controls, the minds these um kings, you know. That's why he's gonna put the hooks in the mouths of Russia. Right? This is Yahweh Shem Shah of hosts have sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a a shot against thee. And that's what America that's what uh they have been doing with the open borders policies. And the caterpillars, those are the other nations, right? Because Jake, they come up here with they want to work, they want to have a better life for themselves and their family, right? But you see, these caterpillars is talking about the other nations, right? They coming from these nations that have been done dirty by America. See, like, I seen the video of some child in Gaza. Parents died, motherfucker all bloody, can't see from one eye. It busted, and they just created another little fucking jihad. You know what I'm saying? So these other nations are the caterpillars, and what do caterpillars do? They devour. You see how they just be eating and eating, fucking up the plants, fucking all that shit up. And let's take a look how America, what happened in Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. Right? And it was a spirit as I was uh, had the lesson in mind, and I was just watching little shorts and seen a couple of stories. One of them was Vietnam, how this man his homie died, and he wanted revenge, and he's grabbed some Vietnamese dude. He said, just got my knife and I stuck him, killed him. And he said, well, shit, called it in, NVA dead. How you know he was NVA? Because he's dead. They chuckled about it. Like in that movie, what was that movie? Full Metal Jacket. You had the scene where he's on the chopper, right? And he's just mowing down the field workers, talking about get some, get some. Dude asked him, how can you shoot women and children? Dude said, easy. You don't lead them as much. Fucking Edomite, man. Right? Because they don't run that fast. So you don't have to, lead them. That's the spirit that America was in, right? Because they live by the sword. That's their blessing. And again, I think I forgot, somewhere in the Middle East, it was Jake. He was like, yeah, man, we ran up in the wrong house because we had the wrong address. And the Jake, he showed footage. I don't know if it was the same dude, but he's just socking him in his mouth, he has said. And he saw it. And he put in perspective, which is, a valid point. Like, say invaders come into your house, what you gonna do? Kick in the door, you know what I'm saying? Flash bangs and goddamn flashlights and muzzles in your face. Do you see what they do, right? Wait, what? You just going hey, come on in here. You want some tea? Huh? You want to come and sit down on my couch? Absolutely not, man. You're gonna fight. And that's all it is, man. All it is just self-defense. But they call them, enemy combatants. So now going to here, Matthew chapter 11 and verse 23. This is St. Matthew chapter 11 and verse 23. It says, and now, Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee, red letter, had been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day, right? And the point was here at the beginning, right? Because this is Yahushua speaking. And this word Capernaum means village of comfort, right? And this place, we could apply this spiritually to America. You got all the comforts in the world, right? You want to marry a dog? You can marry a dog. You want to marry a fucking light post? You go on ahead. Right? You like to eat this cuisine and this cuisine, or they got the Gucci, they got the knockoff Gucci. This place has been exalted into heaven. And as far as the village of comfort, man, This place breeds comfort, right? And it has been exalted unto heaven, right? We have the best military in the world, and we have seen this, I firsthand. Had the picture of the poster of this is America's destruction. He was like, man, that can never happen. He's like, man, we got the best military. Oh, you guys are lying and this and that. Okay, shit, we gonna find out, right? It says again, and now Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven. Right, who gonna bring us down, man? That's the spirit of America. Shall be brought down to hell. It's gonna be in hellish fucking conditions, right? I was scrolling through TikTok and the simplicity of the Israelite woman. She was Northern Kingdom. I think she was like a Ephraimite or some shit. She was like, I just be in my own world, in my own girly tutti fruity a world, right? I don't watch no politics and this and that. I don't know what's going on. Right? It's gonna be rough for you women, especially if you don't have a man of the Lord. All right, it's gonna be brought down to hell. The state of anguish and pain and suffering and misery, and it's just gonna be the beginning, of the miseries, man. Because you're gonna go from nothing, from having. I mean, now it's living is still it's hard, but it's still comfortability compared to third world countries. But now you're gonna be living in a third world country, even fucking worse. You know. So let me see. Going to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14, it says, and it shall be as a chaste roe, as a sheep that no man taketh up, that they shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one to his own land. And for the past, five, uh, I just remember 5 years ago, right, that America has been people have been trading their American visas into to basically cancel their citizenship, and they go home because they see, with I remember all the motherfuckers get their cars broken into, call it blipping, was get blipped out there. You had the Kia boys. I was like, man, fuck this, right? Them the slideshows and uh, the 7-Eleven on the corner gets fucking just demolished by a bunch of by a bunch of niggas and spics, acting like God they chimping out. Call it what it is. But shit, they have enough. Yeah, okay, it's insured, but still have to go through all that BS. Right, so they going home. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Right? It says, their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes, their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. And again, just going back to what that Northern Kingdom woman has said, she said, man, I'll be done out here. And that's going to be the reality for most women. And it says, their children shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. You're gonna be you'll get held down by a bunch of marauders. They rape your wife in front of you, kill your children. Like, goddamn, we pray for the Lord's mercies, man, and their house is spoiled because there's gonna be invading. They're not gonna know English. Just smack you with the with the with the handle of the gun. You know what I'm saying? We have to envision these things. A good movie is Red Dawn, right? Red Dawn. You had this one video game. It was called Homefront. If I remember correctly, it was I think the North Koreans Homefront video game. Um, yeah, I remember playing it. It was the Koreans. Yeah. Yeah, the Homefront is a first-person shooter game developed by Chaos Studios, proper name. It says published by THQ. The game follows a resistance movement in the near future, fighting against a Korean occupation of Western United States. It was released. Okay. Yeah, so you fighting the North Koreans in this game, right? It says, verse 17. It says, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. And the Medes, the modern day Medes is the Russians. All right. You look up the territory of the Medes back then, and it's modern day Russia. All right. Excuse me. And the Lord's going to stir them up. Shall not delight in silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So we already see how America does when it is so cold, um coming to the table to talk, because you had 47 talk about it was, I think that they were gonna attack. Yeah, bro, what the fuck? And there's rumors that it was Israeli intelligence. All right. So like, yeah, let me see, read that again. It says, Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. They ain't gonna make no deals, ain't none of that, because again, America has a tendency um, to hit you when, you're talking, and that's the Edomite way. Verse 18, Their bows shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eye shall spare nor not sorry, their eye shall not spare children. Right, so they're gonna be killing a lot of young men, right, in the streets. And as far as the fruit of the womb, there's gonna be no pity, man. Little babies, infants, you know what I'm saying? Pregnant women, all that's gonna be there's gonna be no mercy for Americas, for Americans. Their eyes shall spare not, sorry, their eyes shall not spare children. Don't matter if he's a goddamn toddler, they're gonna kill him. And that is hey man, that's what happens, man. What the nigga Trump say, he says, man, I guess they gonna die. Verse 19, In Babylon the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And that is going to be a beautiful uh, cherry on top destruction for America. Because how did the Most High overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? By fire and brimstone. That's sulfur, what you find in these nuclear weapons. Okay. Let me see, just to make a point real fast, because Isaiah 47. Lament for Babylon. This is, Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And this is known as America, the virgin daughter of Babylon. I mentioned that it had not been touched before, right? The virgin daughter of Babylon, America. And it's sitting in the dust because it's gonna be in confusion. How the fuck? Where do we do? Where do we run to? And you know, and they talking about this whole system of the petrodollars finna be thrown down so it could implement the MOTB. The system is there, but to actually put it forth, because again, Agenda 2030, they want that shit cracking by then, fully implemented, right? So the brothers, um, London and Dallas, they were doing the algos the last couple of days, and that's one thing that they mentioned: the Strait of Hormuz. All right. So there's no more throne. There's going to be no more, rulership for this place. Okay. Because again, um, there's nothing new in in this, uh, in this world, right? We're coming up to the 250th year of America, and it's just like any other empire. Has a beginning, has a middle, and we're seeing the downfall of it now. So there's nothing new under the sun. This says Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been is that which is it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Right. So this is just another empire that's gonna fade away in the dust of time. America, what the fuck? What you talking about, America? What's America? Esau's later rulership. Who's Esau? After 1,000 years, these motherfuckers finna be done. We're gonna have to blow off the dust off the books. Listen here, children. All right, this is who, what they did, how the Lord. Yeah, okay, I can see that. We set him up, man, in order to fulfill prophecy, right, and show us that the good and the evil and how to be proper rulers, man. It was all a learning experience, right? But again, we're in the time of war. And this is I'm gonna end off with this Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Right. So right now we're in the season of evil and darkness and wickedness. The purpose for us to truly appreciate righteousness, a learning experience to make us is in order to have the sunny day. In order to appreciate the sunny days, you gotta have rainy days type of deal. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, right? And the end of the world is known as the harvest, right? Because the fruit is ripe for the picking. It's a good time, you know. Verse 3, it says, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. And that we're at the time of killing, bloodshed, right? Invasion and all type of deal. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. And we are to be in the house of mourning and not in the house of mirth. Let me just skip to verse 8. It says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. Right? And just like the 40 years of Solomon's peace was, before that was 40 years of war. How King David had to subjugate the kingdom, the nations, in order to set up the 40 years of peace for his son King Solomon, which was Yahushua. It was a small little preview of how, the world was gonna be. Everybody's gonna be good, But again, that was just for there's just a little season, a little preview of what is gonna happen in the future. So right now, it's not a time of love. You see, everybody is, picking sides and doing this, and even here in the states, man, it's a time of love waxing cold, and it's a time of hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. And now is no time of peace, but peace is coming, right? For starting with the elect, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And we have a peace of mind because we know the scriptures. But outside of the scriptures, there is no peace, and we're gonna have to go through tribulations in order to receive the benefits of the kingdom. Okay, so I'm gonna close off by giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakodash, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Shalom.